Good morning, everyone. I'm Megan Culliff, along here with Scott Micklin.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, May 13th.
Yes.
There it is.
It's only Wednesday, huh?
It's only Wednesday.
That's unfortunate.
Here we are on the COVID-19 local information program here from KSJE. We're glad that you are with us, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And again, this will be rebroadcast tonight at 5:06 on KSJE Radio at 90.9 FM and 103.3 FM, and also on our partner radio station, KNMI Radio, 88.9 at noon today. So let folks know.
That's right. That's right. Catch us on the airwaves.
Exactly.
Compare us. I bet we sound better on the radio.
You think?
Because then you don't have to look at us.
Maybe that's it. But I think sometimes the visual really makes the show.
The visual helps.
Because the eye rolls, you can't get that on the radio.
You can't get that on the radio. No, you cannot.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
But we have a guest
Great
this
guest,
morning.
Mike Mestas, right?
I think he's already on the phone.
I hope so.
Let's take a look. Someone's on the phone. Good morning. You're on KSJE.
Hey, good morning, Scott. It's Mike Mestas, Emergency Management, San Juan County.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am well, Mike Mestas. How are you? Thank you for calling in.
Oh, I'm doing good. Just busy, and I apologize. It's taken me a few weeks. It's not that I didn't want to call in. It's just been so busy. And
well, no kidding.
I have to call and give you an update.
I'm amazed you have time today. So, thank you. We're fine with that, Mike. You can call anytime. You've got the secret hotline number to get in here, so that's
Good morning, Megan. She's there today with you.
Megan is here. Yes, indeed. So, Mike, give us an idea of kind of what your office has been doing. I know you've been meeting regularly with a lot of different folks in the community, right, to kind of bring everyone up to speed on COVID-19. You're watching those numbers like we are, the cases, the numbers of deaths, the new infections, all that stuff, right? And you are sharing that with the community, correct?
Yes, Scott, that's correct. As you know, the Emergency Management Office is a coordinating agency, and we manage the total emergency, in this case, COVID-19. So what we have set up is a weekly stakeholders, 8 a.m. Weekly call with our mayor, the county manager, San Juan Regional, our response agencies. You could imagine just everybody that it takes to work in emergency public health, Indian Health Service, a faith-based community, McGee Park because they house equipment for us, Red Cross, law enforcement, fire. So yeah, it takes the community to manage an incident at this type of scale, and so with being an office of just 3 or 4 of us, it would be hard to do it alone. So yeah, we have a great community in that aspect.
Great. So along with this, just run us through. I don't feel like a lot of us know what Office of Emergency Management does, and then you guys pop up when these terrible emergencies happen, and you guys have been training for these things. What does it look like after you have that phone call? What happens from there? How do you coordinate? Like, what does a week in the life of Mike Mestas look like?
Well, I tell you, the part of the week is I get home at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and the wife's like, "Who are you?" There's a stranger coming into our house because it's 7 days a week. It's 10-hour days. It's how come you can't come home on Mother's Day? And it's one of those things. But hey, I love my job. I've been doing it, counting the fire service. Been in it for 30 years now, 30 plus years. So love helping our community, San Juan County. But it started all back February 28th. I tease the wife that it's 70-something days straight without a day off, but a week in the life of emergency management, even with our crew, is we get the phone calls, and every day is different. It's something. If it's not a nursing home, it's the shelter. If it's not the shelter, it's people that need personal protective equipment. Just this week, hey, if we turn after today's order, we go to phase 1. If the dental starts to open up, we've donated our dental equipment, our masks, our protective equipment. Now we need stuff on top of what the responders need, on top of what the nursing homes need. Just things like that. It's providing needs to the community, working with the testing clinics and coordinating those. Like this week, Walmart is doing testing. Yesterday, the P&M power plant did testing. You can imagine last week we did almost 2 weeks ago, we did almost 1,000 people at McGee Park.
That's right.
The governor wants to get an idea of the number of positives up here because we're actually behind. We only have 7,000 tests, Scott and Megan, in San Juan County, whereas Bernalillo has 30,000 tests. And we've surpassed them by our numbers.
With our cases, that's right. That's very true. Well, it's interesting, Mike, because I know you're busy with all of that, and then of course there's the other just run-of-the-mill emergencies, if you don't mind me saying. If we had a wildfire last night, we had other stuff going on. We're watching river runoffs and things like that. Just the usual seasonal stuff that your office keeps track of for us as well. So there's all that on top of COVID-19, right?
Yeah, and like we said, it takes the community, our law enforcement, and our fire service. Obviously, San Juan County Fire responded out to the Naizat chapter house yesterday, but in the middle of us trying to do COVID items, they're like, hey, call the Red Cross. We might need to shelter some families because 12 homes are affected. Meanwhile, Michelle, our floodplain manager, is working on what's going on with the drought. We got to keep up on that. Every day, business keeps going and moving forward. The river's rising. It's over 1,000 CFS here down at the bridge in Aztec, so we're keeping an eye on that. Obviously, the river's dirty because the runoff is still coming from the 416 fire up in Colorado, so some of that sludge is coming down. So it just all varies. It's stuff different every day. So, and today we're crossing our fingers to see what happens with the governor's order at 4 o'clock. As we know, that order expires. The current order expires on Friday, so we'll see what the future holds for us today.
Exactly. And Mike, I was going to ask you if you get any heads up from the governor's office about her plans or her announcements. Do they ever give you a little bit of a heads up to say, here's what we're planning to announce at 4 o'clock today at our press conference, so you can prepare and you can let your folks know what is coming? Or are you getting the news like the rest of us during those televised press conferences?
We're getting like the rest of the state, and sometimes even later. Case in point, two weeks ago, I think it was, she did her press conference, and she opened the state up to phase 1. So naturally, we started doing some planning here, allowing the golf courses to open, and we were thinking that the state park was going to open, the lake, that is. And then at 9 o'clock at night, I get a call at home saying, hey, an hour and 45 minutes into her press conference, she said, except for San Juan County and McKinley County. So we had to do all kinds of backtracking, and it made us look bad because it was during her question and answer phase, and she never stated that in her press conference about San Juan County having to stay in the original order. So to answer your question, no, we don't get a heads up at all. We're learning about it at the same time.
And I think you would be surprised, Mike Mestas, both Megan and I, our jaws dropped when you said that. We thought for sure you would get a little bit of a heads up, and but I guess we're all in this together, and that includes you and the rest of us. So we'll be watching, like you, this afternoon. And I know you meant to include Cibola County, too. They were one of the third county that did not get to reopen.
Correct.
Like the rest of the state.
So, and let me ask you this, speaking on reopening, when we are allowed to move into phase 1, what is that going to look like for us Farmingtonians? Just made up that phrase.
So the way that we're seeing the phases go across the state and across the country is it's limited opening, curbside service, PPE, masks. So the way I describe it to our community leaders is how we went into this in COVID-19. It's going to be, we're going to have to do it opposite. So it's going to be limited amounts. It's small traffic. It's small items. It's businesses as needed. For lack of a better word, businesses will be allowed to open, but in small amounts, and social distancing, all that stuff will still come into play. As you're seeing across the country, I guess they're opening up Major League Baseball practice in Arizona today, but they're supposedly going to be playing their games without any fans. So this is going to be a long event, and it's probably going much longer than what people think. So the social distancing aspect is what's going to come into play I know that I echo the mayor's sentiments about trying to get some businesses opened here in San Juan County because our livelihood needs it. And being the emergency manager, I care about people. I care about health and medical, but I also care about the livelihood of our citizens. So.
That's right. Yeah, and I think about this a lot. So there's a reason we use phasing terminology, and I wonder if I know that people are getting restless right now. What is your advice on helping us to stay vigilant even as we start phasing in?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just got off our emergency operations center brief this morning, and the public information officer briefed me on the social media and how citizens are frustrated, and it's understandable. I mean, people have been cooped up. Some people are trying to do their due diligence. That you see other people out there disregarding same, and so it's frustrating to those folks. My only advice is, hey, keep your fingers crossed, keep trying, and remember that you're only helping yourself and your family by the social distancing, the masks, and because you don't want to get this. I mean, it is real, and I see it in the nursing home numbers every day. Keeping in mind they have underlying problems and medical issues, but I mean it's real still, and it's in our community. And as we see by the numbers, I'm looking at the screen right now, we have 1,149 cases in San Juan County and 74 deaths. So this is real. It's frustrating, but we have to get through this, and we have to get through this together.
Very true, Mike Mestas. And again, as we look at the phases of maybe reopening, and I know, it's really a tough line to balance, if you will, between wanting to still be safe, of course, but also seeing our friends and neighbors whose businesses are suffering and wanting to try to get back to some form of normalcy. But as you mentioned, even in baseball in Arizona, that's not going to be normal. It's going to be baseball in empty stadiums, and so it'll be kind of normal, but not the same. And we also want to be careful, right, that we don't have a surge of cases again and overwhelm our healthcare facilities, and that's got to be the underlying thought too with all these decisions that are being made, correct?
Yeah, exactly. And as we go back, and if we don't do our due diligence and do that social distancing, and we revert back into it, and then we have to get shut down again, and then have to go back to square one. I mean, what had we accomplished by not following the orders? So yeah, I agree with your comment that we gotta be careful. For sure, and we've managed it so far up to now, and I mean just a little longer, and keeping that push maybe will help in the long run.
Very true. Well, Mike Mestas, we always appreciate your time and the work that you and your crew is doing at the Office of Emergency Management, and again keeping everyone informed on the latest developments. And hopefully, as things do start to maybe reopen a little bit, we will certainly have you back, and you can let us know how best we can do this safely once the orders come through. So thank you very much.
You're welcome, Megan. You and Scott have a good day. Thank you for having me on, and let's all together keep fighting the fight, and we'll get through this, and hopefully have a great rest of the summer for San Juan County.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Mike Mestas, the San Juan County Office of Emergency Management Director here on our program, COVID-19 Local Information Program. A viewer is saying they were shocked as well, like we were, that Mike didn't get a heads up.
That's really, yeah.
But, yeah.
I can't imagine being in a position like that and having to hear it at the same time as everybody else, because everybody else is then going to jump on, what are you guys doing? How is this going to work? And, yeah, I think I would really appreciate a heads up if I was in that position.
But I don't
That's
know.
even more like hats off to you, Office of Emergency Management and Mike Mestas, because you're scrambling now to figure it out.
Right.
So.
But maybe when the governor comes on the show, we can ask her.
Yeah, is she coming on the show?
Not yet.
Okay.
We've asked. We have asked. We have made the overtures, but not
Gotta be
yet.
persistent.
We will keep trying.
Yeah,
but we
that
will
would be nice. That would be good.
We will certainly keep trying. So anyway, we've also asked for someone from the health department too to come on the show.
That's right. So health department and governor, if you're listening,
I'm sure they are.
throw us a bone.
Yeah. Call in.
Call in.
Yeah.
Right now you can call in.
They could. I don't think they will.
I don't think they will
I
either.
don't think they
You
will.
could also call in, listeners.
You could,
Yes.
if you would like to call in as well. So we could talk about some numbers, like Mike was mentioning, the latest cases and things like that. So we talked yesterday that San Juan County now has the dubious distinction of being the second largest number of positive cases in the state.
Right.
We have overtaken Bernalillo County. But again, as Mike Mestas mentioned, 30,000 tests in Bernalillo County and only, 7,000 here.
Said 7,000 here, which
So,
is, yeah,
We need more testing.
clearly.
Which is why we're getting it apparently now, which is good.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I think that's been the common refrain since this all started, not just with us, but just nationwide. We've always been playing catch up because of the testing issue. But I did read that the hope is that we'll have up to 40 and 50 million tests going on in the month of September, which is compared to the amount of tests nationwide we had this month was 10 million. So somehow, somehow they're getting 30 million tests in before September. So
okay.
that's good.
Well, ramping it up. And I think as
Yeah.
the technology gets better, and I think as I mentioned too, that there's maybe a new test that can be done like in a doctor's office and get
Yes.
results in like 5 minutes.
It's similar to like if you've ever had strep throat or something, it's similar to that swab,
Right.
which we're going to ask the docs about.
We can ask the doctors
antigen
about that,
test.
who will be on the show tomorrow.
Right.
By the way, everybody. And so, but I guess it's done, the test, with equipment that doctors, most of them already have in their
Right,
office.
because the flu and the strep and stuff.
And so
Right.
that's what makes it so beneficial
Promising.
and unique
It's
and,
very
and-
promising.
and cost effective, I
That's
guess,
right.
would be the other part of
That's-
that
that's
statement.
right.
So there
That's
you
right.
go. Let's take a look at the numbers as we compile them again at ksje.com. These are numbers from the state health department that are released every day. And of course, when we get them from the other communities like the Navajo Nation and Montezuma County and La Plata County, we share them there as well. So 143 new cases yesterday in our state for 5,212. San Juan County had 42 additional cases. There were 11 more deaths across our state reported yesterday, and of those 11, San Juan County had 3 of them. And then we had a total of 134 recoveries reported as well. So we're at 1,434.
At some point, it'd be great to see that number higher than new cases.
The recovery number?
Yeah.
I agree. But that's what we've got. There are the statistics there. Again, some of the Montezuma County numbers there, the Navajo Nation numbers from, I believe, those are from Monday. The Tuesday numbers came in, I think, after midnight. So we didn't get them on the site yet today.
Okay.
So we'll get them tomorrow. But that's what they will be. KSJE.com. Everybody, check it out. So there you are.
Check it out. Do we have the county dashboard queued up?
Those will be updated today, so they're not
great.
going to be different from the ones we showed last
Great.
Thursday. So we can show them tomorrow.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
thanks.
Is
Okay.
that gonna-
Well, I can show them again, but we've already seen
Is that good enough for you?
It's not new
Yeah.
information. So
Sorry, I just get really excited about the graph.
I understand. We love the
They're really
charts.
cool.
We love the charts and graphs. So
Yeah.
there you go. So if you want to give us a call, everybody, we will open up the phone lines today at 566-3909, 566-390.9 to give us a call here at KSJE and let us know your thoughts about coronavirus, COVID-19. What do you think the governor's going to say this afternoon? Are we going to be in, again, those 3 counties that are not
Yeah.
part of the rest of the state's plans?
That's my hunch.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm afraid you might be right.
I think, yeah.
Our
you want to
numbers-
start a betting pool?
I do not. No, no, I
Sorry.
don't.
I'm
That
sorry.
sounds so illegal. I don't even want to talk
That's
about
not
it.
illegal. It's not like, is it?
What?
To bet on whether the governor is going to extend the state. I'm just saying, I haven't received the government check yet. It'd be
FCC,
great.
please send your letters to Megan Cullen, care of this station, FCC.
Oh, right. I forgot about them.
Yeah. No, radio.
Sorry, guys.
Regulated.
Okay.
Government.
Never mind. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
you can tell us what you think, but please don't place any wagering on what you think is going to happen. But there you go. But no, I'm afraid, I wish our numbers were better, because then I
Yes.
think we could make a case to
phase
say,
in, yeah.
we should be part of the rest of the state's movement forward.
Right.
And I just don't see, again, and I don't think this is political. I know
I know it's not political.
I know some
Yeah.
folks do, if you spend any time on social media.
Oh, for sure. But it's one thing to think, and another thing.
I know.
Reality is a different thing.
But I just, because I mean, again, if it was political and you're keeping businesses closed in San Juan County, wouldn't that affect the Democrats who also own businesses in San Juan County?
I think it would affect the whole county. Yeah.
I
I
just-
mean, we know the virus doesn't care.
They don't care if you're what party affiliation you're with. That's
looking
true.
for a host. It'll take whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, but I know folks feel very strongly about this in many different ways.
And rightfully so. I mean, it's clearly an issue that feeling strongly about is, I mean, it's inevitable for various reasons. We all have our reasons about why we're getting sick and tired of this, and there's very real implications either way. So, which I think Nate Duckett's going to be on your show on Friday, I believe.
Yes, the mayor. That's right.
So, he'll speak to this, I'm sure.
The 8 o'clock show.
Right, the 8 o'clock show.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
And so I think it'd be helpful to hear from him. But yeah, you're right. Somehow we have made this a political thing.
Right, and I just don't think it is. I really think the decisions are made by the data on the cases, on the infection rates, and we're just not seeing them calm down. Yeah,
I think so, and I think as most of our experts who have come on, I think Vince said this yesterday, where
Vince Moffat, Basin
Moffat,
Health. Basin Home Health.
I'm sorry, I know him as Vince.
Yeah.
Brother Vince.
Okay.
But yeah.
Not all of us are on a first name basis.
Yeah, well, he should be. He's an amazing guy. But the point is that I believe he said something to the effect of, it's not like we're going to come out of this, nobody's going to be like, man, we nailed it, like right down the middle. We managed to perfectly deal with this. No, I think, unfortunately, we're going to hear all sorts of opinions about, did we get too draconian here? Did we not do enough? And I don't think that's solvable either. I'm sure we'll discover a lot of things in hindsight, but it's one thing, hindsight's 20/20, so to speak, which is even more ironic given that it's 2020. But yeah, that's what they say, and I think it's true. I mean,
there you go. I agree with you. I agree. Before we run out of time, I do want to remind folks about the donation drive that is going on here at San Juan College.
Still happening.
Exactly. We talked to Danielle Sullivan last week about it, and I'm going to take down the crawl here for a minute so you can see. But the San Juan College has a big semi-truck on campus, and we are filling it with donations for the Navajo Nation. And so these are the things that were stated as needed when we asked the Navajo Nation and the chapters what they really need. And so those are the types of things that they are looking for: liquid hand soap, paper towels, toilet paper, tissue, non-perishable food, bottled water, baby necessities, and dog and cat food for the
your
pets.
hound, Boris.
Exactly.
I will say, just being in the process of taking donations and stuff like that, baby necessities and animal food, those are things that don't often come in, and baby necessities in particular is something that we just, like, people just don't think about unless you have an infant at home, like, oh, grab a pack of diapers when you grab soup,
Right.
So just to make a special plea for the baby stuff.
Exactly. And so, again, the drop-offs are, again, from 3 to 6 p.m. today and 1 to 4 on Friday, and then 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. And then I think they're going to send the truck off after Saturday.
Yes.
Is the plan.
That's right.
So it's here at San Juan College. Again, the location would be kind of by the Henderson Fine Arts Center. So if you come in the main entrance from College Boulevard, there'll be signs directing you to that, I believe.
You'll see the semi.
You can't really miss the semi.
It's hard to miss.
That's very true. And so there's that's happening.
Yeah.
So
if you can spare, do it, please.
Yeah, if you're heading out to the store for your essential items, maybe throw another essential item in the cart, some diapers.
Yes, definitely. The diapers are so expensive.
They are. Well, so I've been told. I have not bought diapers ever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's a hefty. That for a while was my baby shower gift. Was always just a pack of diapers.
Oh, well, that's a good go-to gift, I would think.
Yeah, I was like,
right?
well,
you can't go wrong.
This is absolutely going to be useful, and so it would be that and like a mixed CD or something.
There you go.
That was my.
Okay.
That's a standard. Yeah.
Baby shower in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
More early 2000s, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works. All right.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Well, I think that's what we have for today, everybody. That is the latest news. We appreciate Mike Mestas joining us, again, from the Office of Emergency Management. And tomorrow morning, we're going to be joined by at least one doctor from San Juan Regional Medical Center.
We know it's going to be Dr. Brad.
Dr. Brad, yes. And so Greenberg.
Right.
And so he'll be with us, and we've got some questions for him, and then I think somebody else from the hospital is going to be joining us too, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But hopefully you'll join us as well, audience at home and online, as we come back at 9 a.m. Thursday right here on our COVID-19 local information program. Even in the title's too long for me to remember.
Well, that's why I never say it. I always let you say it.
See,
yeah.
There you go. Anyway, thanks everyone. Stay safe and stay well. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. on KSJE.